Good afternoon. Please give your attention to my associate, Agent J. Keep it simple, Sled.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Agent K.
Learn about life from Mr. Customato.
He gave me a quote, and he drilled into my head. He said to me, Teddy, no matter what a man says, is what he does in the end that he intended to do all along. That's what I learned from Cuz.
The phrase actions speak louder than words has never been truer than modern times. When people have no integrity with their words mean nothing. It's just lies every day. Lies. Pay attention to the actions of individuals and infer their intentions from their actions. Do not guess from the words they tell you, because those are full of lies. They're usually full of lies. In modern times, the image you put out is much more important than the content of your character. Pay attention to the actions of individuals. Their words should conform with their actions. That's the only time you should listen to their words. Maybe these words might give you extra information about their actions. But you should only listen to the words if they have conformity or they're congruent with their actions. Because your actions are who you are. What you do is who you are. Or at least makes you become who you want to be. The actions you continually do build you. Your habits is all actions. You could say you want to do something tomorrow and you just sit up on the couch. In fact, you don't even sit up, you just lay on the couch. Do nothing and nothing happens. And what you said means nothing. Yet, you said nothing about doing something you intended to do. And you did the action regardless. Which is more important, your actions or your words? Always pay attention to everyone's actions, even your own. Your ego, the part of you that engages in the world, at least in speech. It's important to pay attention to the actions you decide to follow through with shape you. And if you don't follow through with the things you tell yourself you want to do, you need to change something about you. Because how you treat yourself is exactly how you treat other people. And if the words you say to yourself, your actions do not conform with them, then you need to change a lot about yourself. Now, switch to other people, and you have to deal with way more people than you deal with yourself, because you're just one. And there's a lot of them. Pay attention to their actions. Maybe after the fact of their action, their intentions might have changed. But that has nothing to do with the action that they did beforehand, before their intentions changed. Maybe even before the action, their intentions were different, but people changed their mind. What we do on this physical plane is much more important. Your actions have more value. Nonetheless, pay attention to your actions, whether it's your significant other, whether it's your family, whether they're your friends. Pay attention to their actions. Let the actions speak to you, because that's all that's important.
You've gone through in your childhood can really affect what you go through in relationships, and it can affect your partner. Like,
what do you mean by that?
So you said that the past defines a person. Body count. Do you think a woman's body count matters?
No.
What?
Okay.
Like, her past is her past.
So here's where the logic fail is. You say that your past affects how you are in your current situation. You don't think that her past situation of having sex with those men would impact her current situation with another man?
No.
Huh?
In order for you to have sex with a man, you have to like the guy to a high degree. He has to meet your standards, right? So Since the dude has to meet your standard, that means every guy that you had sex with, there was emotional ties. There's a small emotional tie and a bigger emotional tie. You know the differences between it. But still, you had to like a guy. Sex for a woman, she's allowing other human beings inside her.
Yes.
Just like a woman.
It's much different for a man. We go in there, we smack something around, we dominate, right?
Yes! Yes!
The woman is being dominated. She has to submit to multiple individuals. Now let's package this up. A promiscuous woman with a high body count. She got emotional ties with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. 35 guys now. How do you think that doesn't affect her current situationship and her future situationship?
Okay, now I'm really
The red
understanding
pill?
it.
Hey, we got her.
Gotcha, bitch.
Does body count matter?
Yeah, it does.
It does. Hey, chat. We got one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Speaking of how actions are much louder than words, notice how her words were contradictory. And what she said after the guy broke it down and analyzed made no sense. That's what a lot of people do to you, especially the women you allow into your life. And that's what happens. You allow them into your life. They get the opportunity for you to allow them into your life. And if it's not working that way, you have things backwards and you need a lot of work to do. You need to have frame so that they enter your frame. If it's the other way around, you enter your frame, it goes against nature, it's all gonna fall apart. But that's besides the point. The point again is her words. If you had listened to them, imagine you were her boyfriend and you listened to her telling you her past doesn't matter, yada yada, and it doesn't have any bearing on whom she is right now. That's for people that have no consequences, at least on the front end, at least in the beginning of their lives, they get no consequences for the actions. And that's what happens to a lot of women. They have a lot of value on the front end, and men would ignore because you want some, some snatch, and you're gonna get it. So they'll ignore on the front end and allow them to say whatever they need to say so they can get it. Fortunately, after 35, that's when they experience that, actually my actions have a bearing on whom I am. A man, for instance, his actions, whether he likes it or not, has a bearing on whom he is initially. In fact, his actions having a bearing on whom he is so important that in the beginning where we all start from zero, him having zero is way more important. It means he gets nothing at all. Yet these ladies get everything and they throw it away and give it to this guy, that guy. And their actions tell you that this is whom they are. And case in point, this video, talking about a woman who sleeps around. That's what her actions tell you. She is someone who sleeps around. She's been doing it for so long, she's learned those skills, and that's all she knows how to do. She cannot do the opposite, which is not sleeping around and being decent and being able to stick with one man. She can't miraculously change to do that. She would lie to you and tell you it should have no bearing on whom she is. Yet, after questioning her like the guy in the video did, it was evident that it has a bearing on whom she is. It affects who she is. Never take someone whose actions prior to meeting you and even whilst meeting you have no direction or doesn't run parallel in the direction your life wants to run in. You want a wife, you do not want a woman who has slept around, who has had a lot of men prior. Whether she claims they were all boyfriends or not, makes no difference. She has had a lot to go through, and having a lot to go through means you go through a lot, and it is easy for you to go through a lot. Her past matters. Her actions matter. Her actions prior to meeting you is very important because she is betting on your future. Your future is important to her. That's why she's with you. She's with you just because of what she gets from you, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And when we talk about physical, we're talking about financially, security-wise, amongst other things. Now, you know how nowadays it's all about money for all these women. That's all they think about, most of them at least. So your future is what she's betting on, what she's interested in, what she wants. So her past must be very important to you, because her past will determine how your future goes when you add her to your group, your company, your team, because she's going to bring the skill sets she had prior to meeting you to your life. That will determine how your future would go. She doesn't have the skill sets you require to go where you want to go. You don't pick her. She's been a slut prior to all of this. She's been a garden too. Before she met you, she can't help it. Even if she tries hard, she can try hard for a year. She can't go beyond a year. If she's really strong, she can do 2 years. And that's the most. When the honeymoon phase leaves and now the emotions are not pushing her to be faithful and try and be what you expect to be or decent, she's gonna go back to sleeping around. She's gonna hit up her male friends that have been texting her that you've ignored to get some. She's gonna entertain men and meet her out in public. She's gonna go on girls' night out. That's what she knows how to do. That's how she feels good. That's what she's gonna keep doing. So you pay attention to the actions. Don't look at the image. Don't listen to the words. Don't look at the facade created with the words in the image. Pay attention to her actions. Her looks and her words should mean nothing to you unless they are congruent with her actions.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. First things first, let me just let you know when I'm leaving.
I didn't get the last part first.
The priority is I'll let you know when I'm heading out of town or what I'm deciding to do for the holiday.
Okay.
And we'll go from there, okay?
We'll try to make it happen, okay? If you want to see me and I want to see you, we should be able to make it happen.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
But okay, sweetheart. Go, make hold and do whatever you need to do. I'm glad you got your computer. You know so much more. The last time that I spoke to you around this time last night, you were kind of a mess.
I know. But thank you for everything. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And do your stuff and enjoy the rest of your evening. You know exactly where I'll be and when I'm getting.
Oh, the Godfather is never wrong. Caught you. Just sugaring that dude up. Beta male provider providing stuff left and right. And she on here talking about how can I find a high value man? And she's out hustling mother suckers. That's what you heard.
Well, this video is just gonna be me having to just repeat in different words what the clips show. But hey, that is why we're here, to review these things. And as you can see from Kevin, and I watched the video when it was live years ago. He had spoken to her. She was talking about high value men, trying to get this is whom she is. She's also high value. You know the hullabaloo they always say, trying to project and make themselves seem nice and decent and all of that. Then she didn't hang up. She made a mistake. She didn't end the call. Then she went on her phone, talking to her sneaky link, obviously as simple as pain and as trying to get it hard, whom she has on the side that does this and that for her, and also cleans her plumbing. She had no clue this is what she was doing, at least airing it on life. And it was just serendipity that Kevin got all of this. And at the tail end, her friend must have seen it on the stream and texted her. But it just goes to show you, actions speak louder than bloody words. Her words prior to her being caught, her words prior to her being found out was, this is what she wants. She wants a high value man. She's not dating no one. She's a high value person, yada yada. Then her actions of calling and scheduling, and also deceiving prior to this phone call that was put online, shows her real actions, her true intention, and whom she is. She didn't know, as a lot of people, let me tell you, 95% plus of people are lying to you. 95% plus people are lying to you every single time you speak with them, because they are lying to themselves. In fact, 99.9% of people lie to themselves every day. They might say a truth here or there to themselves, but they're generally lying to themselves. There's no way they're going to tell you the truth when they're even lying to themselves. That's a habit. So most shit they tell you, they're lying to you. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to spin stuff to get what they want, even on a subconscious level, because after age 7 and decades of doing the same thing, because repetition feeds into your subconscious. That's how you alter your subconscious after 7 years of age, when you go out of theta wave or the hypnotic state that allows you to learn and build your subconscious. They're in that state. So even unconsciously, they've learned how to lie and manipulate, because most of the shit you do is from your subconscious. It feeds your conscious. And then if you consciously decide to do it repeatedly, it will feed your subconscious. Even if you don't consciously decide to do it repeatedly, your subconscious would feed your conscious, and it would feed back. It's a feedback loop. But goes to show, actions speak louder than words. They all lying to you. Ignore their words. Pay attention to the actions. Maybe you can remember the words, so that when the actions are not congruent with the words, you know they're lying. And when the actions are congruent with the words, you know, okay, this person is trustworthy enough to give more leeway. But there you go. The Godfather always has it on point. R.I.P. Kevin.
How did all of her past relationships end? That's how yours most likely will end with her. Patterns never lie. Evaluate her for her desire and ability to build, and that takes time. She will show you by her past patterns and by her behavior with you. Words mean nothing, behavior means everything. Look for a woman who is a builder, not a destroyer. Are you still dating? Actually use that word in your profile. Looking for a builder.
Sleeping with a lot of women doesn't make you a man. Makes you a weak man. Makes you a little boy. You have no emotional control. You have no knowledge of delayed gratification. When you sleep with a lot of women, you acquire, or at least you engage with, women not worth more than your body, because they throw it about a lot. If you slept with 10 women, you'd be lucky to have one decent woman whom usually will hold it out, etc. Most of them, if not all of them, would be not worth your time. They would have a past of doing that, and they would have no future of having a serious relationship with a man, a proper marriage, because that's all they know how to do, as I said previously. So if you're juggling and spinning a lot of plates on your DICK, I don't mean just spinning like dating to know whom to pick, because you should spin plates. You don't have to sleep with all of them, but you should at least have them on a roster where you can be like, okay, this one, no, then you X this one out of the roster. And this one looks like, she makes a lot of sense. Let's see how it goes. She stays on, etc. Then you pick and choose. But if you're going around shagging this one or that, you're just gonna be looking for a tail, and that's all that's gonna be happening. You're just gonna get tail, and you're gonna get wrong form of women, because that's all they do, sleep with.
Good one.
Since we are born in this world, this has repeated every day. Sunrise, sun goes down. So that means there is a up, there is a down. Since we are born, we have inhaled 50% of our times, we have exhaled 50% of our times. Our heart, the same. Sucking the blood, pumping the blood, also the same. Meaning always 50-50. Always the exchange between left and right, up and down, bright and dark, in and out, success and failure. It's just that this world is not propagating failure to you. It is propagating success to you. So our mind is looking for success, starting to believe there's only one way, there's only one direction in this life that we live, which is about moving upwards. But this world is not just about upwards. So realizing this, really understanding, it's not just about up. It's not just about taking. It's about taking and giving. It's about relaxing and doing. It's about exchange. It's about constant exchange. With you, your peers, with people around you, with the world, it's about exchange. Because exchange means there is a change. There's constantly happening some transformation. And this is what out there. This is what everything is built upon.
It is not good that man is alone. Nope. God says, I will make a helpmate for him. A virtuous woman who can find, for her price is far above rubies. You have to search for her. And also, many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Don't chase. Fervently look. Use your wisdom, not your hormones. Forget drop-dead gorgeous. Look for drop-dead loyal. She's not the youthful beauty that you want. Watch her miraculously become more beautiful in your love and care.
Why is it important to not be mad at women in your 20s? Because they have the power. They're in a position of power, and it's human nature to use your advantages. It is human nature to use your advantage. And women at that age are going to use their advantage. You can still have fun. You can kick it with them. But man, don't think you're gonna nail one down. And you would. And the thing is, it'll be stupid to try to. Even if you did nail her down, you're not gonna be happy at the main upkeep cost. It'll be like getting a Rolls Royce. Getting a Rolls Royce in your 20s may sound cool, but the upkeep costs and the maintenance. And as much as guys talk about being on their purpose, being on their grind, such and so forth, one thing that tends to frustrate more men is the maintenance of their feminine companions. Because you can't make women do what you want them to do. You can't make them act how you want them to act. And you can't make them be how you want them to be. And that's what frustrates a lot of young men, and I get it, but we're modern men. And what we're going to do is, like, modern women is a different connotation than modern men. We're going to make modern men, modern sexy savages, contemporary men, avant-garde men, elite men. I'm going to come up with a word that denotes modern men, but you're going to have to accept that being a modern man is different than it was for different time. Other men had the advantage of being able to work one job and being able to provide for an entire family. It's not the same, guys. It's simply not the same.
Kevin said it all perfectly. Do not be mad at women for taking advantage of the merits they have before them. That's how the game is supposed to be played. You're supposed to take advantage of the advantages you have. It's fun. It's funny a lot of men get angry with women when women are younger and are in their prime and have the opportunity to pick from men and do whatever they want to do. Yes, you can state the obvious where they're making the wrong choices, etc. But the fact remains they're taking advantage of the options they have. They're making use of the advantages. And like I said, actions speak louder than words. So in that position when they were taking advantage of the merits they have, those were their intentions. Maybe they changed their mind later on, blah blah blah. That's not the point for this video. The point is, actions speak louder than words. And as a man, how do you become a better man? Your actions should prove it. And especially in the dating game and in life in general, you take advantage of all the benefits you have, all the merits, all the good qualities you have. For men, it comes later on, generally for most men. Very, very few outliers where it comes early, but even them, physically, etc., it comes a little later than women. But generally, it comes later on. Your late 20s, early 30s, sometimes mid 30s onwards. Make use of your advantages. Do not be pissed at women for making use of the advantages.
Nope.
Do not be pissed at other men for making use of the advantages. Build your skills. Build up. Be the man you can be. Because your clock is slower. That's an advantage. Their clock is faster. Allow them to use it, understand it, and know how to play the game. They're using the advantages. Now, when you get to the point where you have the advantage, use it. Don't settle for a chick that spent her good years, her prime, sleeping around, and now is ready to cash in when there's actually nothing to cash in. She knows how to trick you that these chips are real and she's gonna cash in. No, take advantage of your benefits. If you do the work, you become a better version of yourself. You have the advantages to pick from.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.